The true story behind gangster film Get Carter. You're a big man, but you're in bad shape. With me it's a full-time job. Now behave yourself, said Michael Caine as Jack Carter. Caine plays a hardened criminal, a killer who returns home to find out who murdered his brother. Adapted from the novel Jack's Return Home by Ted Lewis, Get Carter changed modern crime fiction. It created a new genre, British noir, depicting the harsh reality of professional criminals and the brutality of their lives. Jack's Return Home was inspired by a real-life killing that took place in 1967. Criminal Angus Sibbitt's bullet-riddled body was found in his Mark 10 Jaguar under a bridge in County Durham. Sibbitt was a bagman involved in extortion and collecting slot machine money. He was employed by a notorious Northeast gangster, Vincent Landa. Sibbitt worked with London criminal Dennis Stafford and Landa's brother, Michael Luvalio. Luvalio had no previous convictions, but Stafford, who went under an alias, had served a 7-year sentence for possession of a firearm and had notoriously escaped from Dartmoor and Wandsworth prisons, eventually fleeing to Newcastle, where he set up a company which was a front for fraudulent activities. When Sibbitt was discovered creaming off Landa's takings, pocketing $1,000 a week, he was killed. It seemed an open and shut case. The police came after the gang. Landa fled the country while Stafford and Luvaglio were arrested for Sibbitt's murder. But both men claimed their innocence, however. They were tried, found guilty, and sentenced to jail. Stafford believed he was charged because of his previous activities whilst on the run in Newcastle, and has since stated, "If it had not been for me, Michael would never have been charged." In hindsight, the whole case seemed like a fit-up, as the evidence against both men was flimsy to non-existent. Importantly, eyewitness statements and forensic evidence, which could have cleared both men, was ignored. On that fateful night, Sibbitt was to meet Stafford and Luvalio in the Birdcage nightclub in Newcastle. Eyewitnesses vouched for both men, apart from a period of 45 minutes around midnight, the time Sibbitt was murdered. This 45-minute window proved crucial, as the police claimed Stafford and Luvalio had left the nightclub, driven 16 miles, pushed Sibbitt's vehicle off the road, then pumped 3 bullets into him, before returning to the club. In 1967, even in a souped-up cop car, traveling at full speed, lights flashing, it wasn't possible to do what was claimed. But it didn't matter. Luvalio and Stafford were set for punishment. It was a warning to any other London criminals, most notably London's notorious Cray twins, against moving their operations north. Stafford served 12 years but always insisted his innocence, claiming a Scottish shooter committed the crime. This was confirmed in a TV documentary by John Tumblety, who said on camera that he in fact had driven the real murderer back from Pestpool Bridge to the Birdcage Club, and that man was neither Luvalio nor Stafford. In May 2002, Sibbitt's slaying, now renamed the Get Carter murder, made news when the European Court of Human Rights ruled that the British Home Secretary had kept Dennis Stafford in jail longer than was necessary and ordered $28,000 compensation to be paid. To this day, both men continue to campaign to clear their names of the crime they didn't commit. Get Carter is a cinema classic and possible one of the greatest British crime films ever made. Michael Caine gives a chilling and utterly compelling performance as Carter.